Hello, I'm Kerri-Anne Kennerley, and in this series we're meeting some amazing people who are sharing their life stories. There's nothing like music to bring back memories. Growing up any time from the 1960s on meant living through a golden age of Australian rock and roll. It was the music that made us dance, fall in love, or simply set us free. Today, it lives on with these legendary artists still on the road.
I guess my first influences were just listening to the radio and what was going on around the house. I was lucky my dad had a big jazz collection, so I used to hear that. My mother was into classical music and sang in choirs, and so she roped us, my brother and I, into the local church choir, so we got to learn how to sing and do harmonies. Went and saw a couple of big rock shows at Festival Hall when I was about 10 or 11. Jerry Lee Lewis and Buddy Holly and the Crickets, Johnny O'Keefe.
Black hair makes her look so sweet.
That had a big impression on me, so I started to get interested in the blues. And next thing I had a band, called the Pink Finks. We made a single because we couldn't wait around for a record company. We just said, let's make one. And it got on the charts in Melbourne. And next thing you know, we were like the, toast of the neighbourhood. We formed Daddy Cool just as a kind of a fun thing to play these underground dances that were going around. And immediately it blew up pretty big. And we took over Melbourne in the space of about 3 or 4 months. From the very beginning, Daddy Cool was playing Eagle Rock. People would hear it and go, what's that song? Play it again. So that was the obvious choice when we did finally get a record deal to hone in on that song. I always felt that that was the one that was going to do it.
It's very catching. You just can't get it out of your head. I don't know how Ross came across it, but it's one of the best musical riffs that I've actually heard, and I'd be surprised if a lot of people didn't say that. Eagle Rock has become an anthem, and it doesn't look like slowing down anytime soon.
It took us 2.5 days to record the Daddy Who album. It became #1 in Australia, and our producer said, OK, we're going to the States. We didn't have a deal at the time, but they'd put up this whole kind of Hollywood hype machine saying, Daddy Cool coming, they're like the new Beatles and they're going to be playing at the Whiskey A Go-Go. Well, we kind of were a bit freaked out by that. It was like, gee, I don't know about this. We did a couple of tours and I've got to say, it was a really great experience. We saw a lot of America and we realised how enthusiastic American audiences could be. Mondo Rock is kind of the longest project I ever was involved in. It lasted like from 76 through to 1990 was the final album. Had lots of hit singles and a lot of albums before we disbanded. I'd actually like Mondo Rock to get more credit than they have got because we did a lot of good stuff.
Come, said the boy, let's go down to the sand.
The one that resonates most with women is Come Said the Boy. And I could tell you a lot of stories about people have told me when they first heard that song, some quite interesting erotic tales involved there.
Come on, be a man for me.
And from that time on, I've been flat out touring Australia, making the odd album here and there, still writing with other people. And life's been pretty good, I reckon. Now when I get on stage, there's certain things I know how to do now, which is how to walk onto a stage and own that stage. And all the people in the audience will go, there's Ross.
Come back again. I'm just crazy about you, baby. Crazy, baby.
It's not about me being up there going, watch me, watch me. It's about, here I am, we're now going to do something together.
He's a fantastic bloke, gives a lot of time to his fans. He's very patient and you just have to see him the way he reacts with his fans up close. It's great.
I'm just crazy about the way the Eagle Rock.
Well, the main thing I'd like to point out about the time of my live tour is that we've got an excellent band. You can step out on the stage and be totally confident of what's going to happen. We all pitch in on harmonies, and it sounds awesome. It's fantastic.